Hi guys, so welcome to another tutorials on use cases for Python topics. And the Python topic we'll be talking about today is string slicing. So now, what's string slicing? So string slicing allows you to extract a position, extract or rather extract a portion from a string. Say, for instance, I have a string, so I'm going to create a variable called name, and inside I have my name in there. So string slicing lets you extract, say, something from here. You could just extract this. So like string slicing lets you do that, right? So that's what string slicing it's about. And of course, we know that a Python strings are a sequence of characters, right? So we know that. And then the question we want to find out is string slicing important in data analysis? Yes, it is. Sometimes you want to, in data analysis, you want to extract, or manipulate. You want to extract or manipulate string patterns. Yes. So these are data analysis, right? So now we're going to look at how we're going to do this use case. And you guys will recall that we already have a data set which we're using, which is our data science salaries data set. And here I would like us to see the first 5 rows, right? So this is basically so documentation first 5 rows. You can also call that observations, right? So that's what we have. So what are we going to be doing? What are we going to use to manipulate? Okay, I'm looking at this salary currency and I'm thinking that we could do something with that. Now, okay, yeah, we can. So let's just, for the benefit of an assumption, look at the salary currency and say the first 2 letters indicate regions, right? And so let's just assume that that's what it is. Of course, it may not be, right? But let's just assume that it indicates region. So what we're going to do is we're going to create, so we're just going to say create a country / region column using string slicing, right? So that's what we're going to do. Now to do that, we're going to give it a name, right? So we're going to say data science salaries, and we're going to create a new column. And so this is how you create a new column name. So we're going to call this, just like we did here, we just call it country / region. So that's the name we're going to give it. Then we are going to, this is already a variable. So we are going to call on our data frame and then go to the column we want to make use of, which is salary currency. There you go. Now, what we would want to do first is we would put a dot and then, then it's a string, because that's what it is, a string. And then we're going to use a string method, and a string method is basically slice. We're going to slice it. Now, just for the record, if I pull this down and I go to our data salary, and then I want to look at the salary currency, right? Salary currency, and then I want to see how unique they are. So just because I want to just set the tone. So you can see that we have a bunch of currencies here. So what we basically want to do is just take these first 2 rows. That's our assumption, right? These first 2 letters here. So what if it's the first 2 letters? This is what we're going to do. We're going to put a bracket, and then we're going to put the first, like, which starts from 0, and here is basically we're going to start from the very first one. And basically it's not like as if we're starting like that 0 hegemony stuff. So we're going to basically look at the first, we're going to start from this very first letter here, and then we are going to, you know, end here. So we're going to 0 1, you know, this guy is going to be excluded, right? So it's the way the string thing is happening is that we're going to have a start which is inclusive, and we're going to have a stop which is exclusive of this one. So something of that nature, right? So let's see if this works. This should work. So I run this. Oops, okay, yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to call data salaries, and we're going to now use 2 square brackets, because right now all we want to do is extract 2 columns from the data frame, and the first column we want to extract is this guy. This is where we got our, that we sliced stuff from, comma, and then we're going to take this new column here, so just so that we have a sense of what we have just done, right? And I just want to see the first 5 rows, and let's see if that works. Come on. So you see now we have EU, which is the euro, is now EU. US is this, Great Britain GB, or which is the Great Britain pound, this. So you see that's basically what we have done using string slicing. So these are like a use case for string slicing. Again, like I told you, it allows you to, you know, extract a portion, or you can use it in data analysis. It allows you to extract a portion of a string, and that gives it an opportunity for you to extract patterns. Look at that, extract or manipulate string patterns when you're doing data analysis. Right, one last thing I would like to say is you cannot use string slicing on, you cannot use it on a numerical data type. That would fail, right? That would fail. Say for instance, we thought to ourselves that let's manipulate, say, data salaries. So let's look at work year, for instance. If we put work year here, this dot info, which will just give us a concise summary. So you can see that it's an integer. And if we look over here from the head, you can see the numbers. Now let's assume we want to create, say, data science salaries, and we want to create something called year. So we want to say, oh, when we extract the last 2 years of it, it's going to make some sense and just tell us, oh, it's 2020, right? Like this too. So we just call this here, and in here we say data science salaries, which is our column of interest, which is work year. Then we say dot string dot slice, and then we say we want starting from 0 1, so we want to start from 2, and then we are going to end at 4, right? This is what we want to do, standard to an end at 4. And when we run it, you're going to see that we're going to have an error, because it's going to tell us that can only use string accessors with string values. So just bear this in mind, that you cannot use this with an integer or a numerical value. So right, please read this all over, watch this all over again, right? Again, using Python strings, a use case for data analysis. So check it out. Check out this video, like, subscribe, share with friends and enemies.